What's so funny, right? Huh? What's your name? Huh? What's your name, right?
Cameraman, dude.
Cameraman?
That's right.
You want to talk? Huh? You want to work for me?
Yeah, man.
Huh? Okay, you come down tomorrow and talk to man. You got a job, man. You got a job, man. Anyway, back.
Tupac Shakur was born a month after his mother represented herself and won the Panther 21 trial.
Please don't forget what you saw and heard in this courtroom. Let history record you as a jury that would not kneel to the outrageous bidding of the state. Show us that we were not wrong in assuming that you would judge us fairly. And remember that that's all we're asking of you.
In recognition of Black Music Month, we are honoring one of our hometown heroes that has made an impact on culture internationally. Tupac Shakur came to Baltimore in 1984 with his family, his mother, Afeni Shakur, and his sister, Sechewa. Afeni was a Black Panther from the Harlem chapter who would become world-renowned for her activism. Tupac came by his family's dedication to resistance from his mother, who was 8 months pregnant with him when she won the Panther 21 trial. His stepfather, Baltimore-born Mutulu Shakur, was a member of the Black Liberation Army, and his godfather, Geronimo Pratt, was a Panther. And like his mother, Tupac would be subject to FBI profiling. The arts and activism went hand in hand.
We're standing in front of the Young Communist Club, and Tupac was basically an anti-capitalist most of his life. He was born into a family of anti-capitalists. You know, the Black Panthers were avowed Marxists, or you could call them socialists, or you could call them communists at that time. Tupac, was a member of this group, the Young Communist Club, and his first lyrics talked about how we're anti-capitalists, basically.
For being a statistic, couldn't survive in this capitalistic government, cause it was meant to hold us back, using ignorance, drugs, the sneak attack in my community. They kill the unity, but when I charge them, trying to claim immunity, I strike America like a case of heart disease. Panther power is running through my arteries.
And that came out the first album that it's now called The Lost Tapes, that he came out with before he hit the major labels. But so it wasn't, so he was kind of hiding a little bit behind this thug persona, because the Thug Life plan was about him pretending to be a gangster in order to appeal to these gangs and politicize them easier, to talk their language more. And but that's not who he really was. He really was an intellectual prodigy. I mean, he read hundreds of PhD-level books before he was out of his teen years. He rewrote Shakespeare plays in modern language, directed them, produced them, and starred in them when he was still in high school. So he was just, absolutely brilliant. He could talk with professors in their language or talk with gangs in their language.
When the family arrived in Baltimore in 1984, the first school Tupac attended was Roland Park Middle School, where he formed a rap group called the East Side Crew. His family lived in an apartment at 3955 Greenmount Avenue.
I'm standing in front of the house that Tupac lived in while he was in Baltimore. While I was in prison for about 44 years, Tupac had a tremendous influence on an entire generation of young people. They listened to his music, they tried to copy his lifestyle, they actually learned and studied based on some of the things he was talking about. It's the basketball court that Tupac played on while he lived in Baltimore. And he was much too young for most of the people around here to remember him. It was too long ago, but this is where he got his recreation.
Shakur went on to attend Dunbar High School for a year before applying to the Baltimore School for the Arts. The School for the Arts is where he found peace and his calling for music, acting, and for resistance.
I taught the 10th grade ensemble, character development, scene study, monologues, and so all the 10th graders had to come through me. And Tupac was in that 10th grade class. The first thing that hit me was his last name, because I knew what the last name was, and I had heard rumors that their son was coming to School for the Arts. So I said, oh, that's gotta be Tupac. And so, my first impression, he was just a sweetheart. Nice kid, really nice kid. And, I knew his name, I know how to say his name. And I knew his mother a little bit from back in the day. We weren't really tight, but, I knew him a little bit. Incredibly good to teach. And he never would strike you as somebody who was bad, tough, anything like that. He was more like the class clown than anything else. Always joking. So you never thought of him as a tough guy. The image as a gangster image he had later in life, that was not his image here.
He socialized with a mixed group of kids of all nationalities and continued to create, rap, poetry, and dances while he partied and read voraciously. Music and rapping was always part of Tupac's life. He won a rap contest at the Enoch Pratt Library with his rap group, the East Side Crew. His rap lyrics encouraged people to get library cards and to read. Tupac is most known to the general public as an actor and for his rap career and hits like Dear Mama, Keep Your Head Up, California Love, Brenda's Got a Baby, All Eyes on Me, Ambitions of a Rider, and hundreds of other hits, including 5 posthumous studio albums, all certified platinum. Nearly 30 years after his first album was released, Tupac's legacy for art and activism continues around the world.